Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out No Escape Saga by developer Cicada Marionette, who you might remember is the same developer that had a hand in Crypt Worlds, one of the very most strange games I think I've covered on the channel. I believe this is going to be no different, and I should be honest right from the top, I meant to do a little quick sound check on this one, ended up getting a little sidetracked, and all of a sudden I found out the whole thing was over. So I've actually finished this one for once before we actually played it, so first impressions, not so much. Impressions, yes. We're going to go through this one together and see if we can figure out what in the heck is going on in this very strange little world that we're going to be delving into. So, to start things off, we need to poke the eye in the center of the screen, and we should be brought into this very strange, three-dimensional, black and white world where everything is extremely abstracted, and I have a working theory as to what exactly this game is about, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm right about it. Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and explain what I think is going on right from the top. I was going to wander around for a little bit first, but if we talk to this dude over here in the corner, you'll see there's a bit of an alien language here. Possibly can understand what the text means if you parse it. I'm not sure. Maybe there's some code to it and you'd be able to, like, decipher it, but I don't know how to do that. Or maybe it's actually readable and I just can't tell what the letters are supposed to be because I can't understand the squiggliness to it. So let's go outside. And so what I think is going on here, and again, this is just sort of a guess, is I think this might be sort of a super abstracted, deconstructed concept of basically an adventure game, something like a Zelda or a Final Fantasy, if we were to distill it down to its very basic most elements, and then remove almost all the gameplay and just leave the exploration element to it. I mean, even down to, like, the fact that the colors are gone, everything is basically just black and white in almost static that very, very loosely is constructed into characters. That's sort of what gives me that idea. And if you look at the character that we're even playing as, you can't quite even understand the form that it takes. I mean, if you kind of squint your eyes, it looks a little bit like a potato or Link or something, but I don't know. I think I'm just stretching a little bit with that. See, this vaguely resembles some sort of a scarecrow or something, and then maybe these are supposed to be either crops or graves or something repetitive. There's not too many things you'd run into outside that would be the same shape over and over again. You'll notice back here we seem to have a building that is locked up with a key and a key sign. We are not able to go into this building, and it seems that there are only a few places we can go. There's this crazy, wacky, flailing, floating, inflatable, arm flailing tube man in the background. I never remember the order that those words go in, or all of the words for that matter, but he seems to be overwatching the entire area, and it's definitely a little bit on the ominous side. Let's see about possibly going into the gaping maw of this Kabuto Pokemon here that's sticking out of the water. If this is water, I'm not sure. So we now seem to be inside of a moving structure. By the way, if you're wondering, I can't really move the camera around. It's really just arrow keys or WASD. And when you go into the walls with the camera, it actually seems to carve out like a single block. But don't be fooled, you can't like go through the wall or anything. It's just sort of there. And so I can't really get a better perspective on things, and there don't really seem to be any options as far as buttons to use. It's really just WASD or arrow keys, and I think that's about all that happens in this. So we're going to continue exploring around, trying to make the best of this very strange situation, and seeing if we can maybe find something out about where we are. So we found what I would say looks to be like a cafeteria lunch line in the middle of whatever this creature is that we seem to have found ourselves inside of, and there's no way to interact with this stuff, so we're just going to see the text and then walk away. See the text, walk away. See the text, walk away. That seems to be a repetitious trend in this game for whatever reason. There's a couple of different passages I can go down. Not sure if any of them actually lead anywhere substantial or useful. There's another character here, and there's very little in the way of music or ambience as well. Oh, what is that? I accidentally discovered something in the wall that I didn't notice. I don't know what's going on there. I'm just going to walk away. But yeah, in general, the fact that everything is so abstracted really leads your mind to really play around with some of the concepts. And then we end up with a situation like this, where there seems to be some sort of larger creature or some sort of a monstrosity. And now we've got a little bit of music, which indicates to me perhaps, you know, boss or something like that. And it's extremely quiet, I'm sure, so don't worry, you're not missing a whole lot here. But I'm going to go ahead and pick up what seems to be a bunch of burgers lining the ground here, and I think this is how we're going to damage this enemy, because I know that when we finish collecting all of these, we will have left this encounter, for whatever that's worth. I'm not really sure, but we do seem to end up making some sort of progress in the game by going through these situations over and over, and then we find out where there used to have been a monster, there is now a key. But is this the key that we need to get into this building? That I'm not 100% sure of. Let's double check and see if this door opens. It does not. So we will proceed to look around a bit more and see if there's anything else that I can get myself into. I think there's just a small finite number of different buildings and encounters that we can find, but they do all seem to progress the game in some meaningful way. So like I said, oh, can I talk to you? No, same deal. But like I said, the monsters seem to represent progression points, and I do believe that we're getting into some sort of an abstracted game environment, and perhaps what could have been a very large, sweeping adventure game distilled down to its very most basic parts. And like I said, deconstructed, I think, is probably the right way to look at this. And I know that I had just gone in that building, but I felt the need to do that again for some reason. Can I go behind here? I think there is another little area. It's disconcerting when your character takes up the whole viewpoint like that. You don't really get a good viewpoint of what's going on in front of you. But you can turn yourself a little bit to the left and right. Now, what's going on here? Oh, I guess I picked that up, whatever it was. Looked like some sort of a box or a treasure chest or something. And there's one also in the other direction, because I guess why not? Make it symmetrical. We might be in some sort of a cave situation. And I'm pretty sure those prompts are just saying, like, you got the whatever. And, okay, so we found what looks to be like a moving picture movie theater or something. There's couches looking on a large screen, and another concession stand, or I don't know what. Somewhere where food is being served, perhaps. And we'll go back out, because there doesn't seem to be anything else there. Oh, okay, going through that hallway seems to have triggered something. So we've got, I don't know what that is. Is that a beast? This is reminding me very much of the first room in Zelda, where you go down the steps for the first time. You see the old man, and then there's the items laid out. And, this seems to be maybe echoing some of those traits. The bomb, of course, is what brings me to that conclusion. And I think maybe those are representing strikes to the enemy or something like that. And it's just a super, super basic way to look at what could be combat. So what's going on in here? There seems to be characters playing patty cake. Or maybe this is a very loose representation of dancing. I'm not sure. Either way, it's a little disconcerting, I guess. Let's keep going. Oh, I guess we found another encounter here. Alright, we're in a very large room full of something. These look like cabinets. Kind of look like toolboxes, maybe, that you would store tools in. I'm not really sure what any of this is. And then what are we fighting? Some kind of large crab creature. And the final blow will be a crying eye. No, it won't. There must be another thing that I missed. I think all of these sprites, being that they're 2D sometimes, you kind of miss one or two of them because they seem to be more visible. I mean, obviously they are more visible from one angle than another. This one in particular, it seems to be like a magic mirror or something, is really only visible if you're coming at it from this side, because if you start out over here, you're mostly just going to see it from the side and probably walk right past it. So, in a strange way, that does sort of encourage exploration a little bit. So continuing to walk now, I guess we've unlocked another area. What's going on over here? Is that a man fishing off the pier or something? And there's a chest. Alright, we've gotten another generic item, and then we'll go back behind this into this little grotto here and see if there's, oh, we've got another beast of some kind. I guess we will fight this. And I think we're actually largely most of the way through the adventure at this point. It's a very strange experience. I really don't know what to make of this thing. I mean, like I said, I've come up with my best guess, which is that, loose representation of an adventure game, and it's kind of cool to see someone take such an out-of-the-box, idea like this and just actually make a game out of it. It's kind of, like, a little bit on the bold side, because I don't see a lot of people going that far in this direction to just go ahead and take a concept this loosely and represent it in tangible means like this. Okay, and we've gotten a big key now. The fisherman doesn't seem to have anything else to say. And it's like there's just very few little pieces where we get to reconnect with the reality of what the situation might be. Something like the little bits of moving pixels that we can tell might be water. The fact that there's a dude sitting at the side of the edge where he might be fishing. There's some couches and televisions which we can clearly make out. And the keys, of course, and the bombs and swords and things are all very much adventure game tropes. Well, for the most part, I should say. So where are we now? I don't think I actually found this the last time when I messed around in here. Some sort of little city? Not sure if there's anything actually going on in here. Is this supposed to be representing the fact that we are walking around in an overworld map, and that is the city that you would see that is roughly the same size as your character? I've always wondered about that. I mean, I understand the perspective of things. They're trying to represent you on the map without you looking like a freaking ant. But it is always kind of funny to me that so often that's become the traditional trope with how to depict something like that. You just show the character at, like, 700% larger than the character would actually be. I'm definitely curious about what's going on here. Is this just the overarching evil that's looking down on the world? This is the thing we're trying to stop in a very abstract way without really having, you know, a real impetus or understanding of the story? Because in a way, it's telling a story without giving us any of the concrete details. And I kind of find that to be pretty cool. It's a real different way to look at storytelling. Alright, so we seem to be inside of some kind of an arcade at this point. Lots of characters all hanging out, and a different looking character over here who I'm gonna guess... You want to fight, right? Yeah, let's fight. Definitely giving me a bit of an Earthbound vibe. I mean, there was that whole arcade scene at the beginning of the game. And we'll pick up a variety of pentacles, and that seems to have destroyed that creature, so we'll continue on to the other side of the arcade, where there seems to be some sort of mysterious teleporter item. And also a chest here in the corner, which I will go ahead and pick up. And I think we'll just go right ahead in. Alright, we found another section to the arcade. Is this even an arcade? Maybe this is a science lab? It's got a lot of couches. And it's got people in sort of a festive mood, it seems to me. So it seems like everybody's just hanging out, having a good time. Except for that one dude that wanted to fight. Okay, I think I found another thing to run into. I didn't even realize what I was doing there. And what's going on in here? We've got... Oh, there's a bomb. We've got the crying eye in the corner, which may represent some sort of magic. We've got this mirror shield or something like that, or a special mirror, hand mirror, and a sword, of course. And we've vanquished that enemy as well. Looking around, I don't really see much else going on in here. I have to say that the controls being like this, having the viewpoint rooted to the ground so much like that, it can be a little bit dizzying, to be honest. Okay, what have we found here? Looks like a small maze, perhaps, and then one more teleporter. And from there, I think that might actually be it, if I remember. Let's see. Alright, there is an eye in the middle of a white void, and some sort of frowning, happy, sad computer, maybe. Can I talk to you? I can talk to you, but it doesn't really lead to anything. Can I go back out? I can go back out. But why would I want to go back out? I'm pretty sure this is where we're supposed to be. Now, if I talk to the eye... Alright, now we've got to pick up a bunch of these symbols again. This seems to be like it would be a bigger boss scenario, considering the character or whatever this is sort of abstracted in the first place, which has been a tendency of RPGs and adventure games for a long time. You know, the scarier something is, the more difficult to understand what it is. And also it's up on a high platform, which also says that to me a little bit. And there seems to be the door in the back with a key. Now, if I completed the side quest, does that mean I can go out here? I'm going to leave that one and just try going through here, because I'm pretty sure that changes things. Oh, goodness, what have I found here? I don't know what this is. Okay. Oh, there's a whole bunch of weird stuff going on in this room. I didn't see this before. I just talked to the eye last time, and I think that was the end. Looks like the asset prop room or something. What if I go back through here? Oh. Now we've got a glitchier version of this fight again? I'm very confused about what's going on here. I guess maybe this is the true battle that I had missed last time. Oh, that's good. We get to get the real ending, perhaps. And this will be it. What happens now? Oh my goodness. The tower's been destroyed, the eyeball has been vanquished, we've got some text at the bottom that I still can't read. The computer thing is happy and sad, and there's something flashing in the background and something to the right. I don't know what any of it means. Oh, we have a character here who's telling us a thing. Can I advance through this? I think you just kind of wait, right? And, you know, not the most depressing sounding soundtrack, which is perhaps more telling than a lot of the visuals. I think this might actually be it, folks, so I think we're going to be done on this one. There doesn't seem to be anywhere else to go or anything else to do from here. So that was No Escape Saga. Very strange experience. I would be very curious to hear what your opinions are of this. What do you make of this whole thing that we've just gone through? Do you think I was fairly accurate with my assertions? Tell me if you think I'm right or wrong, or if you have your own suggestions or ideas as it pertains to this concept. I'm very interested in this very loose storytelling theme, and I'd like to hear what you think as well. So feel free to let me know that stuff in the comments. And of course, if you want to go grab this yourself, it is totally free and will be available with a link in the description, so go ahead and click through there. I've also got my other social media links, like my Facebook page, my Twitter, my Twitch page, and of course, indie-impressions.com, where you can go if you want to find nearly 600 other episodes that I've produced in this series. All the games are categorized and classified for you over there, so if you want to look through things, it's much easier to sort. But that is going to do it for another episode, guys. Please do let me know again what you think about this. Leave any support that you can. I greatly value that. And I will catch you for another one real soon. Episodes are every single day, so I hope to find you back here again tomorrow. And I will see you then. Hope you have a lovely night. Take care.